Hello, everyone, and I would like to thank also the organizers for inviting us to represent INAT and show a bit of our work. So I would like to continue up to the point of our two earlier presenters about accessible tourism, because I would like to define the word accessible. When we say accessible, is for whom? Who needs accessibility? And in fact, I would like to point out, they did before, but I would like to point out once more, everyone. I'm sure you need accessibility, and I tell you I need it, because I just became 60, and I realized I have some little issues. Sometimes my hand doesn't work very well. I have a sort of arthritis. I don't drink milk anymore, so when I go around to have coffee and I don't find any alternative kind of milk, I have to put some water, otherwise it's so strong it will kill me. I'm short, and many times I go to hotels and the clothes rail is so high up that I can't reach, and if I put a chair, maybe I will get an injury. So, and also I use my glasses to read, and I can't have a very romantic meal because the light is not very well when it's a candle on the table. So if you think about it, I think many of you, okay, in my age, not the younger ones, might have some similar problems with me. So this is what we're trying to do, to show that accessibility is not only for disabled, it's for all of us who might face an injury, who might face a little problem with the age or any time in our life. So this is accessibility, and this is why we think it's an umbrella kind of tourism. It's not a certain kind of tourism. It goes, if you don't have accessibility, you can't have good ecotourism. You can't have medical and wellness tourism. Because if people have access needs and they're not fulfilled, how they can go to hospitals, how they can go to wellness places. So this is what we think, this is what we're trying to say here. And coming on the businesses very often, they provide accessibility. Other businesses, they provide alternative meals, or they face allergies, or others, they are accessible for wheelchair users, others for blind or people with just visual impairments. But either they don't know, or if they do, they don't market it. They don't say to people, here I am, and this is what I provide for you. This is my offer. And people need to know if they want to come to your business. So, saying all this, and I want to finalize from what I said, then I believe accessibility is just common sense. It's common sense to cater for everyone's needs. It's not just rocket science, but it seems common sense is not that common. So now I will speak more specifically about our internet platform on accessible tourism, Pantou. And as we said, people want to travel because they want to experience the world, to enjoy all kinds of activities and new places. And frequently, they travel to find health and wellness, promoting environments, treatments, foods, and mental balance. And regardless of age, disability, or health condition. So visitors' choice, it seems, are limited. And they're limited by a lack of accessible infrastructure, accessible transport, and accessible services. But as I said, most of all, by lack of reliable and checked information. So this is the visitor's journey, and it's a complex supply chain. But people need to have accessible information when they plan their trip, when they do their booking, when they travel to the destination, when they are at the destination, when they travel back from the destination, and when they want to recollect the experience and give feedback and say to their friends. So the chain, this is the chain of accessibility, as we say, that from arrival to departure, the visitor must guarantee an unbroken chain of accessibility. And if one link is broken, then this can spoil the whole experience, whatever the reason for the trip is. So the European Accessible Tourism Directory, Pantou, is an online meeting place for both suppliers who have accessible offers and for visitors who seek accessible facilities, services, and experiences. It's about two matchmaking tools in one. A B2B, business-to-business, bringing suppliers together for cooperation and mutual benefit, and B2C, business-to-customer, guiding, advising, and informing visitors about where to go, what to do, and how to get there. So in this tool, we have the business-to-business, the accessible business-to-business services, which is accommodation such as access consultancy, equipment hire, food and beverage, marketing, tour operators, web design, and the requirements of customers that have to be fulfilled in terms of accessibility, such as booking, transportation, transfers, tourist guides, personal assistance, travel agents, wellness pass, so on, etc. So this is a page of our Pantou website, and on each page, when you search according to your criteria, you can see up to 12 suppliers. Pantou is the Greek word meaning everywhere, and it identifies all kinds of suppliers who provide accessible tourism services. The suppliers are located in Europe or outside Europe if they're inbound tour operators or travel agents. The accessibility of the supplier services is audited in this directory, either by an international, national, or regional accessibility information scheme that they belong, or through a Pantou access statement that is provided by the supplier. It's the self-assessed procedure, and that we support. We have created a questionnaire with our experts to guide the suppliers to give the information and in an objective way as possible. So, concluding, the European Accessible Directory is funded by the European Commission, supports tourism SMEs, includes over 70 types of services, such cultural heritage, accommodation, equipment suppliers, tourist guides, covers all customer types and access needs. Over 550 suppliers already have registered, and it is free of charge. Scandic Hotels, that Magnus was talking earlier, is also registered in our directory. This is the home page, and search is the heart of the Pantou, because it's a searching tool, so in front and in the middle of the page, you can search for country, customer service, groups, service accommodations, etc. So this is a page that the search tool, it's about health and wellness places. And how it looks, the first page is, you can see the name, location, service description, customer groups that the facility is, or the service the provider is catering for, service information, accessibility information, contact details, and social sharing. This is a page of Thermasila Spa Wellness Hotel in Dipsos Evia Island in Greece. And it's important to notice that the target groups that they refer, that they cater for, is not only disabled people, but is small children, is elderly, is people with allergy or asthma, people with special diets, requiring special diets, many. It's not only disabled people, people that they, and especially the older people, they're more likely to visit a place like this because they have a bad back, they have some arthritis, so they think if they go there, it will be good for them. So they will be in a better condition. And here it's another hotel, La Pulca in France. You can see the services. The page that they say what kind of services they provide is information about the services. And it's a free text. They describe what they provide, who they are, But it's important to notice here, this is a hotel that it belongs into an information scheme. So the accessibility information is there's a link to this scheme, and the accessibility information is provided through this accessibility information scheme. But for those suppliers that they don't belong, they're not registered in an information scheme, we have built and we provide the access statement, which is written by the service provider and describing the accessibility characteristics of a tourism service and service or facility, giving the essential, the important information that is as accurate and objective as possible. Because as we said earlier, people, they want a personalized information. They want to see what is available, and then they can see if it is good for them. Because we can't say, this is accessible for you, and it's not for him. For whom is accessible? The people with access needs, they know what is good for them. So if they see the information written down, then they know if they come to your facility or if they go somewhere else. The statement is used to inform potential customers or visitors about the accessibility of the service, and it is particularly useful for planning a visit for visitors who have specific access requirements. And as I said before, they want to see what there is, and then they will choose. And as I said, the access statement template is made by experts. So we put there the important questions that the supplier should reply to. So we think we provide the visitor, the customer, the right information he needs. This is the first page about the information of the supplier. And I would explain a little bit more about this access statement. There's a section A that all the suppliers must fill in. And in section A, there's general information, including date of creation, where and how the accessibility information is published, services provided for each specific customer group, what customer groups they serve, and about their staff training, because we would like them to say to people if their staff has been trained. And is the section B, which is for the suppliers that they provide their services in the physical environment, in a facility. And is a physical environment checklist that is used by suppliers who they use a physical location, venue, or building. And the Pantou team checks the access statement and may request additional information before it is published on the supplier's Pantou profile. I would like to say that this page now, we develop furthermore, we make modifications, because sometimes we realized also that some of the suppliers, they haven't made their access statement, or sometimes when they made the access statement, they have some misunderstandings regarding the customer groups they serve. They include their customer groups and in connection with another supplier that they cooperate with. But we would like the suppliers to write down the customer, the groups that they immediately, directly serve. So for those that they don't belong in an accessibility access scheme, and it seems they're not so very tuned in this market and in this subject, the Pantou access statement is an added value because it raises their awareness of the supplier about the access issues that are important for the visitors. In a way, it's educating them because the questions that we ask, it shows them, oh, I didn't think of that. Do I provide this? Oh, I have to do this. They realize that is what are the things that they should have. It gives feedback and advice is given by us, by INAT experts, on any statements that are not adequately filled in, so the supplier can always improve and understand. The supplier can also publish the Pantou access statement as accessibility information on their own website. The access statement is offered as an open source for all tourism suppliers who offer accessible services anywhere in the world. And also it may be copied and used as is for educational or professional purposes on the condition of mentioning the name Pantou and the link to the Pantou directory homepage. You can follow us in Twitter and Facebook, and just repeating, over 550 registered accessible tourism suppliers are in Pantou, over 70 types of tourism services on offer. We're catering for 14 types of customer access needs. Over 30 accessibility information schemes provide venue access data. And with over 60 European suppliers, we have over 60 European suppliers in health and wellness sector registered, 48 spas and spa hotels, 68 equipment, medical and technical aid suppliers, 18 suppliers of kidney dialysis, 43 suppliers of therapeutic services. The Pantou Accessible Tourism Directory provides, therefore, a standardized system for promoting and marketing accessible tourism services. Customers can find accessible tourism suppliers across the whole of Europe on one website. It connects also visitors and suppliers, stimulating businesses, growth and development, and allows suppliers to develop new businesses, supply chains, collaborating to create accessible tourist destinations and itineraries. This is our Pantou postcard that you can find probably in your tables. We left some copies there. And you're welcome to come and meet us and talk to us, and we'll be more than pleased to help you provide the information for your business, market your business in this sector, and understand the value of accessibility and how closely it is connected with your business. Thank you very much.